The first reason to use the Waze app is when you want to use the driving navigation to a specific place you already know, like an exact address or a business, and you want a route to adapt according to traffic conditions or unexpected events like road closures or accidents. There are much more actually. Also, the map uses attractive colors to make the route easy to see. The map is simpler, there's only one type, and it doesn't have the clutter Google Maps has in showing ads, restaurants, hotels or other businesses, touristic monuments, and so on, which sometimes can be a bit annoying. In contrast, the icons shown in Waze are mostly related to what's happening on the road, along with street colors indicating when the traffic is moving slower. So this doesn't mean Google Maps is worse than Waze. In fact, they are both owned by Google, but Google Maps is something broader. It's more about exploring the map, searching for public transportation. There are different types of maps: satellite view, street view, and then also driving navigation. Actually, some features implemented in Waze later appear in Google Maps. So in this video I would talk about the situations when I think it's worth to use Waze instead of Maps. Let's start. One of the most known features in Waze, which is not available in Google Maps, are the alerts about specific road situations. Some of them are permanent, like a school zone, and you can see also the distance here. And then there are many more, like traffic light cameras, rail crossings, speed limit changes, and so on. Then there are live reports, which are usually notified by users, like the police presence, a traffic jam, or an accident, like exactly what was happening here. Then, when we approach the situation, we can confirm that it's still there or not anymore. Also, Waze can recalculate the route automatically in real time to match any change in the traffic conditions. When we are using driving, we can tap in this icon with a plus to report an alert such as a traffic jam, a police presence, accident, and many other things. In this example, there was a closed road I had just seen, so I'm going to tap there, and then there are more specific situations, and we can also take a picture of the area. Also, and if you know how long the closure is expected to last, you can add that information as well. The current speed is shown at the left side of the panel. Then, if you exceed the limit, the numbers turn red and the speed limit appears next to them, which is 50 in this example. Also, it's easy to notice the change to red while driving. When we want to search for our destination in Waze, let's insert a supermarket, which is this one. Now, if we are in a town, or if it's a place where it's not so easy to park the car, the app suggests me to choose a nearby parking instead of the destination itself. Also, apart from the suggested parking, we can see more if we tap in See More Parking here. Then we can push this up, and these are all the options that the app suggests me. And also, this is interesting, their locations can be seen in the map. Then this orange icon is our destination, the supermarket. Also, when the parking is paid, you can see the currency symbol here. In this case it's euro because it's in Portugal, which is next to the parking name. To finish this topic, remember that even the parking is suggested by Waze, it's not a guarantee you will find a free spot. This is important. When we calculate our routes, and we have tolls. Unlike Google Maps, the fares are shown in the suggested options. So you can see here that the select route is way more expensive than the other two. But suppose we choose that one anyway. When we expand the panel, sometimes the app shows a notification. In this case, you can drive just 6 minutes more for such a low fare. Then if you tap on Find the best time to leave, you can see also the estimates of how long the journey will take by time of the day. With this music icon, you can connect with your music apps such as YouTube or Spotify. So this is very practical because it's not necessary to go to the app if you want to listen to music from those sources. Now you can find more tutorials about Google Maps in the description of this video or click in the video showing now in the screen. So it's everything. See you in the next time.